Duct taping podcast episodes over Zoom and fumbling with Skype for audio fixes is thankfully in the rearview mirror, right alongside hunting down that one perfect viral moment. If you have ever felt like turning massive 2-hour conversations into 10 perfectly snackable, attention-grabbing clips is a full-time job by itself, please know you are absolutely not alone. That crushing bottleneck, the one that stops good content from ever seeing the light of day, is exactly why we need to talk about a revolutionary tool that makes that entire headache just disappear. Creators used to try every conceivable workaround, jumping between different apps for clean tracks, text edits, and final formatting, trying to stitch a functional workflow together. While specific tools deliver fantastic raw recording quality and separate audio streams, the real gap remains in stitching it all into platform-ready, engaging segments efficiently. And that gap, the one between recorded gold and consistent social posting, is precisely where so many incredible creators burn out or decide not to post at all. Enter the solution, a system designed to do the heavy lifting by scanning your long videos, instantly finding the moments that truly matter and preparing them for immediate posting. Think of this new platform as the dedicated workhorse in your production pipeline that finally handles the sheer volume of high-quality output you need to keep growing. First and foremost, let's focus on the magical ability to auto-edit genuinely viral clips using sophisticated artificial intelligence analysis. You simply feed the long-form file into the system, and the AI immediately begins analyzing for high engagement potential across the entire video timeline. It meticulously looks for powerful punchy hooks, genuine bursts of laughter, memorable one-liners, and significant emotional pivots within the conversation's flow. This process is far more sophisticated than just brute forcing a clip every 30 seconds. It analyzes pacing, audio emphasis, and natural pauses to isolate the best parts. Once identified, the clips are formatted intelligently with perfectly timed captions, helpful headline suggestions, and the ideal aspect ratios for every social feed. If you have ever spent frustrating hours trying to find that specific second that makes a viewer stop their endless scroll, this tool finds that moment for you in mere minutes. Crucially, the output isn't generic. It is intelligently tuned specifically for the distinct viewing expectations and algorithms of each social platform you intend to target. This eliminates the painstaking manual chore of scrubbing through hours of footage just to locate the few high-impact seconds worth sharing with your growing audience. Next up is the feature I consider the most underrated game changer, the complete automation of your entire publishing schedule right from the same dashboard. After Vizard generates an entire batch of polished clips, you are completely free from downloading everything and opening yet another separate scheduling application. You simply set the desired frequency, perhaps daily or every other day, and the system will automatically queue and publish those clips across your channels. This means your content pipeline keeps flowing consistently, even on those days when you are completely swamped with deep work or unexpected professional priorities. It is the perfect feature for high-volume creators who understand the necessity of consistent output, but refuse to be permanently chained to a detailed posting calendar. Say goodbye to the perennial creator promise of, "I'll post that later," which too often turns into, "I'll never get around to posting that entirely." This single step transforms content distribution from a manual chore into a reliable background operating system dedicated solely to your audience growth strategy. The third major pillar of this workflow is the content calendar and the centralized management hub it provides for every single draft and finalized asset. Every clip, every draft caption, and every assigned posting time lives together in one intuitive, easily searchable location for maximum oversight. Need to quickly tweak a caption, swap out a suggested thumbnail image, or adjust the precise posting time for a clip next week? You can do it right here. You can do it! That critical oversight can now be handled instantly within the dashboard, eliminating the constant, slow back and forth of sending separate links to your entire team. It effectively merges your editor, your content planner, and your social scheduler into one tidy, cohesive dashboard experience that just works. This consolidation finally solves that classic chaos of wondering where exactly you saved that one unexpectedly viral piece of content from 3 months ago. Now, let's be professionally honest and acknowledge that we don't want a pitch that completely ignores the powerful tools you might already be leveraging in your stack. Riverside, for instance, remains absolutely incredible if your primary concern is achieving pristine recording quality with perfect separate audio tracks and local fail-safes. Descript excels as an elegant editing environment, allowing you to make precise cuts and word removals simply by manipulating the text transcript directly on screen. Other services like Headliner or Wave.video can certainly help you create basic audiograms or simple, eye-catching clips for initial testing purposes. The fundamental problem, however, is that none of those individual tools manage all three core functions: viral discovery, multi-platform formatting, and automated scheduling in one smooth pipeline. You are forced into that cumbersome patchwork of exporting audio, importing to an editor, reformatting for reels, adding captions, and then sending to a separate scheduler. That entire manual stitching process absolutely drains your creative time and, more importantly, kills the valuable momentum generated from the initial recording session. Vizard is not pretending to be a perfect replacement for everything, as every technology has trade-offs, but it is engineered for creators prioritizing both speed and scale. Where many competing services nickel and dime you for every feature, this platform bundles the entire core creative flow, discovery, editing, and publishing under one roof. It drastically cuts down on the number of necessary manual steps, giving you the bandwidth to iterate on your content strategy faster than you thought possible. You can absolutely still use your preferred recorder for the initial capture and then seamlessly drop those files in for the specialized clipping and distribution stages. Flexibility is key, allowing you to even upload standard meeting recordings and still gain the exact same powerful highlight hunting benefits from the AI analysis. I personally love a couple of the nitty-gritty workflow elements that genuinely save me several hours every single week in the tedious production cycle. For instance, captioning is not only automatic, but surprisingly accurate, offering style edits so your subtitles never look like stiff robotic text blocks on the screen. Furthermore, the crucial resizing and framing are handled automatically, intelligently, reframing a wide interview shot into a vertical clip that centers the speaker dynamically. Manually recropping, checking focus, and ensuring the visual energy stays intact for every single short-form piece is a massive, often ignored time sink. Then there is the brilliant smart batch processing feature, where you feed it a whole series of episodes and receive dozens of clip drafts back logically grouped by theme. You can then quickly skim, tweak a few captions, maybe slightly boost the thumbnail contrast, and then either publish instantly or hand it to the scheduler. For a dedicated podcaster, this essentially translates to moving from one episode per week to a constant, reliable drip of high-quality micro-content without hiring extra staff. A common fear among professionals is an overwhelming loss of creative oversight. But this system directly addresses that by offering clear, accessible manual control options. You maintain the power to accept the AI's best picks, fine-tune the exact clip length, adjust the generated captions, or even rearrange segments using the transcript. If you love text-based editing, this platform mirrors that intuitive experience perfectly. Edit the transcript text and the corresponding video clip updates instantly behind the scenes. It is this powerful combination of AI-driven speed paired with precise, granular manual control that makes the process feel completely believable rather than restrictive or scary. Analytics matter deeply because you need to know exactly which pieces are performing well, giving you engagement snapshots on every single auto-generated hook. You use that concrete feedback data to subtly refine the criteria and inform the AI about the kinds of moments it should prioritize for your next batch of content. Let me quickly run through a real-world routine that shows precisely how this tool fundamentally changes your entire content workflow from end to end in minutes. Imagine wrapping a 90-minute interview. Upload the file, wait a few minutes for the AI to deliver 8 to 15 potential highlight clips with auto-generated everything. You scan the selections, keep the 4 best ones, tweak the captions, and then simply click the schedule button to let it drip out consistently over the next 2 weeks. That entire process, which used to take a dedicated editor half a day minimum, can now realistically be completed in under 30 minutes of focused, targeted work. If you are currently scraping by making clips manually, or if you never convert your long-form expertise into growth-driving short-form pieces, you owe it to yourself to test this now. It occupies that perfect sweet spot between total automation and complete creative freedom, automating the busy work so you can focus on generating more quality ideas. Use your favorite recording tool. If you prefer the local files, drop them here for all the heavy lifting, and publish without any of the usual friction that slows creators down. The ultimate goal is shifting social content from being an afterthought to becoming the consistent engine that actively feeds and accelerates your overall audience growth. I should also mention that if you produce bilingual content or have guests in other languages, transcription and captioning support multi-language reach without an extra translator. Of course, if you are doing highly production-heavy clips requiring custom motion graphics or complex color grading, you will still want a final pass in a dedicated editor. The magic here is in volume and relentless speed. It's about consistently getting more high-quality content out, not replacing boutique, high-end post-production houses. But for the 90% of creators who just need professional-looking daily or weekly clips that publish reliably and on time, this represents a massive upgrade. If you've been scraping by making clips manually, or if you just never get around to turning your long-form expertise into growth-driving short-form pieces, you need to give this a serious try. It sits in that sweet spot between complete automation and total creative control, doing the heavy lifting so you can focus on what truly matters, the ideas. No gimmicks, no forcing you into a specific recorder or ecosystem. Simply use your favorite source, drop it in for clipping, and publish without the usual friction points. This is the difference between treating social content as a bothersome afterthought and making it the primary engine that actively feeds and accelerates your business growth. If you want to truly see how fast this works, try running just one episode through the system and compare the time spent making clips the old way versus this new method. I promise you will walk away thinking, why wasn't I utilizing this massive time saver sooner? Because that is exactly the intended effect of good automation. The core philosophy is simple. Less time spent on busy work means more mental energy dedicated to the creative core, the ideas, the guests, and your unique energy. And the rest, all the tedious, repetitive tasks, the clipping, the formatting, and the scheduling, let the artificial intelligence reliably take care of that heavy lifting for you. All right, that's the complete rundown on how to conquer the short-form content chaos. If you found this breakdown valuable, please hit that like button and subscribe for more workflow tips. I will continue testing new creator tools and sharing only the systems that genuinely save significant hours in the weekly grind, so stay tuned for what's next. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next video where we break down another way to reclaim your creative time.